Greetings, sunshines and sunnies. You have tuned in to your girl, Venus Pimp Sunkiss or whatever. And this week we are doing a special edition of the focus for the week. So this will be touching on, for this video in particular, why are we so apologetic? A lot of us are stuck in a habit of being overtly apologetic for things that are not even our fault. And I want to tap into where it is coming from and why it is happening for two different groups that I will be reading upon. So, doing it a little differently, you're gonna just choose your bangles here. You're gonna choose your stone, whatever, what have you. And I will pull cards at random based off what you picked. And I can show you better than I can tell you. So, without further ado, let's get into group one. All right. So if you chose group one, you chose this white bangle with the green lily pads and the white flower here. I'm going to say that that's a daisy. So milky quartz has a lot to do with concentration and focus. So a part of this, I'm getting that is dealing with people who have some ADHD or ADD, hyperactive tendencies, and there's a need to get some better discipline or some better mechanisms, habits formulated around those types of challenges in order to be better and to fulfill a greater purpose that is coming in very soon for you all. Another part is giving basically an energy of focusing on your goal, focusing on your purpose, and not letting anything distract you from it. Let me just throw in this random quotes here, this random T quote. Let your greatness shine from your inner light. And the best way to do that is to function from your higher self, function from your inner light. Do not get distracted by the naysayers or the nonsense, the mess that is going on. Not saying that there's anything wrong with having fun or having certain balance, guilty pleasures, if you will, that doesn't cause harm to anyone. There's nothing wrong with that. Just a matter of getting balanced and getting heavily focused and like tunnel visioned and hella determined on your divine purpose and on your divine goal, whatever it is your dream and your wish is to fulfill for yourself. So I am going to start with the Mystic Monday cards. And the question that I am going to channel, starting off, is why are y'all so apologetic? Why is group one so apologetic? I'm going to pull one more card. Ooh. Okay. Sorry about that. Glare. I got to use what I got to get what I want. And it just be like that sometime. Okay. So we have Seven of Cups and the Sun. So for Seven of Cups, I'm getting that a lot of people have tried to get in the way of your vision and your dreams for yourself. For instance, this is probably people who get really excited about their ideas and get really excited about the things that they want to bring into fruition. And you start talking about it. You start telling people about it, and you want them to see it the way that you see it. But people have a hard time seeing past their own limitations. So you end up getting a bunch of ego busters and people who end up talking down on your vision. And even if it's not that, it could just be a matter of you putting more time and focus and energy than what is necessary into other people's thoughts and opinions, and it's getting in the way in the liberation of you functioning in your higher self. So there's a need to basically gain a greater belief in yourself and self-motivate yourself, as opposed to looking for validation and permission from other people. And for this card right here, this Sun card, is giving me a group of people that is very good in effortlessly seeing the truth beyond the surface, beyond people's representative that they present to the general society and things of that nature. You see a lot of truth. You see everything. You're hella observant. You're hyper vigilant, if you will. Your intuition is very naturally strong, and you may not always know what to do with this energy or with these abilities, and it may overwhelm you at certain times. And so you find yourself just being appeasing or overly apologetic, if you will, and kind of feeling like you are a burden to other people because you see things that they don't see. And honestly, those things are things that they need to see that will help them, and honestly help you and help everybody, help the greater good. But a lot of people who see truth and tell truth and say what they see, they end up being labeled as the bad guys. And I'm getting that a lot of people in this group have kind of fallen into that category, or at least fallen into those types of experiences a lot. And it's gotten in the way of you really functioning in your truth. And it's having you to kind of shrink yourself, if you will, to make other people comfortable. And you're like apologizing for things and taking responsibility for things that is not even your fault. Even down to the simplest of things of like, sorry to bother you, but I have a question. Honestly, if it bothers somebody that you have a question, then that person probably just doesn't have the answer, and they're insecure that they don't have the answer. So that has nothing to do with you. It's not a bad thing that you're looking for answers. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. So definitely a need to separate yourself and your emotions from other people's actions and reactions to things. Being able to self-validate and self-motivate. We're going to pull a oracle card from the ancient geometric and see what you should be doing with this energy instead. Let's see. Oh, what's that? Dynamic and synergy. Okay, so what I'm picking up off of y'all's dynamic card and synergy card, we're going to read them off. I hope y'all can see that. If not, I am everly apologetic, and I will definitely improve in the future. Let's see. Okay, there we go. The frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. It helps us to put together a reality that is made up of many different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. So what this is giving me for you all And also with that number there, the number 23, which adds up to 5, there's a need to broaden your horizon and expand the way that you think and the way that you see things. So you may be kind of caught up in other people's thoughts and opinions, probably the thoughts and opinions and the functionality of your family, your home environment. And it may be, or it may have gotten in the way of your ability to understand dynamic and boundaries in relationships, and probably with yourself as well, which probably results in you putting a bunch of other people and a bunch of other things before the greater good of yourself, which can be toxic. Nothing wrong with being selfless, but you definitely need to put yourself first so that everything falls in line according to your highest self's comfortability and greatest health, if you will. So what I'm getting is that there's a need for you to reflect upon the experiences that you've had and find a way to recognize and realize and build off of the fact that they were meant to show you that basically just because you start with something doesn't mean you have to finish with it. And what I mean by that is that a lot of people get caught up in not wanting to start over and feeling so bad about the fact that they have to start over, whether it's a job, a relationship, career, or like absolutely anything. If it's a homework assignment or something, there are a lot of people who feel absolutely down on themselves for having to start over. And Spirit is trying to get you into a place where you are realizing and functioning in the fact that there are blessings and lessons that feed into the greater purpose that you have and the greater ability for you to fulfill it and also inspire and educate others if you are able to capitalize off of starting over. And it's not a matter of thinking like, oh, I failed, all my investments went to waste. It's not that. It's a period, a state, an understanding of renewal, rebirthing. And also that plays into alchemy, you getting into that space of realizing the actual power that you have and synchronizing with the plan that the Most High has for you. And you have 4 and 1 here, which again, there's that 5, so there's drastic change. So there are a lot of things that a lot of people in this group have been raised on and have been told is religion or culture or simply a way of life. And Spirit is now putting you into like this drastic space of cognitive dissonance, and you're having to unlearn a lot of things and realize that a lot of what you've been functioning in is heavily contradictory to what you actually want and how you're actually supposed to be functioning. Oh my God. So I'm going to pull a few moon oracle cards to get a little bit more clarity about the advice that you all could get from this particular reading and the experiences that you had. It's time to take action. Your commitment is being tested. That makes perfect sense. It's literally a question of how bad do you want it? Are you willing to go through the growing pains in order to get what you want, in order to feel what it is, in order to fulfill what it is that you are trying to fulfill, that you are meant to fulfill. This new moon in Aries. So that goes into kind of what I was just saying about being self-motivated and self-confident in yourself, self-empowering. Aries are very self-empowering and tunnel vision on their goals. There's their concentration. They are not dwelling on what other people have to say, and sometimes that may be a bad thing, and some people may talk down on them. Some people might say that they're crazy, that they are absolutely in over their head. But what makes them successful a lot of the time is that they do not function in other people's opinions or other people's thoughts, and they press forward on what they want, and they grind and they get what they want. Okay, and so it's definitely, I need to tap into that Aries energy, and it's time to take action. It's time to start doing things that feed into what you want to bring into fruition, even if you don't feel like it. Because sometimes the action that you take will build up the momentum for you to feel like it, and that is where your commitment is being tested. You are being tested to push yourself to get out of bed, to push yourself to do your morning ritual, to push yourself to be physically active every day, to push yourself to read something every day, to push yourself to write at least 4 bars of something every day, to push yourself to sing or do some vocal exercises every day, to push yourself to find joy in life every day, to push yourself to find a new way to be great every day, even if you don't feel like it, even if you feel like everything is trying to get in your way and irritate you. That is how your commitment is being tested. And that would also explain a lot of things that have been going on this week, from big levels to very seemingly small and minuscule levels. Child, I declare. And that is all I have for y'all, group 1. I hope it helped. I ask that you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all in the next one. Let's get into group 2. Okay, group 2. I do not know what the name of this stone is. If I had to say, it's some type of granite. Maybe some type of quartz, if you will. But here we have this golden bangle. And it has like some floral type of imprints. So the consistency of flowers and such. Energy I'm picking up off of this stone here. Oh, duality, diplomacy, the need to be able to open your mind up to seeing things both ways, being more compassionate with yourself and others. This gold here is giving that your intuition and spiritual abilities have a lot more power than what you are giving them credit for, and what you are allowing yourself to function in. Oh, I am just picking up on a lot of suppressed anger and a lot of resentment and a lot of revenge seeking, whether you're acting on those feelings or not. Let's get into some cards. Why is this group so why is this group so apologetic? But you may want to be unapologetic. This group seems to be borderlining the area of wanting to become the predator, wanting to become the person who hurts people because they have been hurt. Oh, let's see what we can get for y'all. So I am going to do some art cards for group 2 starting off. Why are y'all so apologetic? Why are y'all overly apologetic? Starry Nights. Oh, my fault. So first things first with the Starry Night, as we have this 4 here, and it is a painting by Vincent van Gogh, a very famous painting. A lot of things that you have been through, group 2, has been for you to be a cautionary tale as well as a inspirational tale. So it's a need for you to distribute your story to the public in order to help people, and also for you to benefit from it as well. Now, how that feeds into why you are so apologetic, I'm picking up some energy that some people in this group have dealt with a overbearing parent that is very possessive, isolating, drill sergeant-esque, if you will. And that puts you into position to be alone a lot of the time and to daydream about the best and the worst things, but at the same time it's made you feel like a burden. Like, why didn't they want me to be free? Why does every person I come in contact with want to put me in a cage or put me in a corner or give me a defined set of rules to strictly abide by? And no matter how much good I do, if I do an ounce of bad, everybody is coming down on my head, and it takes absolutely forever, if ever, to live it down. I thoroughly understand this energy. So it's definitely put you in position to feel basically apologetic for your existence, for your persona, for you being who and how the Most High created you to be. I'm going to do some oracle cards as a further elaboration on this question. Why is group 2 so overly apologetic? Who? Sacred chakra. You've been deprived of fun, like I just said. You've been deprived of fun. There may be someone in particular that whenever they would come around, all of a sudden, all the fun, all the excitement, all the joy of life, or all the joy of the moment would just zap out of the room like a negative Nancy, a party pooper Patty, if you will, has been heavily existent in your life and just basically ruining your fun. And even if they aren't in your life now, they were in your life so much and so prominently that their voice and their opinions and everything have now become somewhat a part of your subconscious, and it's feeding into you shaming yourself anytime you give yourself a break or anytime you start enjoying something, or even down to the fact of things may be going good, you might be enjoying something, and you find something to pick a fight about. Just a shot in the dark example that I took there. So definitely a need to meditate upon your sacral chakra. Eat orange fruits, eat melons, wear orange. Find different ways to engage in things that excite you and awaken your inner child, because children are very liberated and ultimately unapologetic for their uniqueness, and there's a need for you to tap into that, likely for a creative reason or multiple creative reasons, which could be also why I felt a need to use the art cards starting off for y'all group 2. So let's see what y'all need to do with that overly apologetic energy instead to better yourself upon your path. Let's see. So I am going to use the Mystic Monday Tarot cards. What do y'all need to do with that overly apologetic energy in order to better yourself upon your path instead? Do 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 do. Oh, this light came through. pulling those 2 cards, child. And those are sword cards. So it's a lot that needs to be said. It's some boundaries that need to be laid. It's some things going on right in front of your face and probably behind your back that you just are choosing to ignore in order to keep the peace, or in order to not appear problematic. And it's problematic. It's problematic for your own sake. Ooh, consciousness. And look at that consistency of color there. So I'm gonna start with the ancient geometric oracle card here, which says consciousness, the number 17, which equals up to 8, a number of infinity, child. And it is giving, let me see if I can fix that focus there, child. There we go. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up, so that we can include them in our reality. Yes, sir. Okay, so this is a group of people. Many of you struggle with a natural sense of survivor's remorse. You want to bring everybody with you, and you're being put into this very hard lesson of learning that everybody cannot be with you. So therefore, the Most High is putting you in position to exercise and take note of your intuition and things, red flags that you turn a blind eye to, so that you won't do that in the future. Because whatever your divine purpose is, it involves a lot of people that may use their gifts for evil, and there's going to be a need for you to be able to discern that and pick that out, so that you know who not to fool with and who is best for you to attach yourself to, honestly, without even having to interact with them too much, if that makes sense. It's a number of infinity, so you're definitely getting into attracting your soul family. And so that ties into these 2 cards, whereas there are some people that you feel like you want to take with you, but they are parasites, they are energy vampires, and some of them intentionally, some of them unintentionally. They just are not in a space where they are willing to do the work that you are willing and able to do. And therefore, all that they are willing and able to do is bring you down with them, be it consciously or subconsciously. And there are some things that you have been letting slide. And it's a no. You need to put some people in their place. You need to let some people know that they have been trying to finesse you. They have been trying to pull the wool over your eyes. And there's a need to also take that energy and be compassionate and forgiving with yourself, and start putting the work in for yourself to build your own dreams that you have been giving to other people. It is only problematic to you and your own well-being for you to sit back and watch people do you dirty and you not say anything, you not set the proper boundaries. Because this is exercise to condition you to have the stamina and to have the love and respect for yourself, to not let people take you for granted and take the gifts that you have to use them for what they want to use them for. Hashtag free Britney, bitch. Okay? And that's all I have to say on that. So I am going to pull 1 to 2 more cards just to get some closing advice for you all on what you all can do with this energy and with this information. I'm going to do the Moon Oracle cards, honey. I'm going to do the Moon Oracle cards. Closing advice for group 2. Closing advice for group 2. Look at the bigger picture. Your life and your purpose is bigger than whatever moment you're in at the time. Not saying that you shouldn't be focused in the moment, but you shouldn't let it ruin your day. You shouldn't let it ruin your life or dictate your life or define your life in negative ways. Full moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius have a hard time with emotion. Out of all of the fire signs, Sagittarius probably have the hardest time with their emotions because they like to act like they don't exist. And as opposed to acting like your emotions don't exist or your emotions don't matter, you need to start channeling them into creative ways that allow you to express your thoughts, your emotions, and the wisdom and the education that you have gained throughout all of your training and all of your experience throughout life. And that's going to help you start looking at the bigger picture of yourself and of the universe in general and of different people. You won't see people so black and white anymore, or see them as just people, things that are in your way, or see them as just things and beings that are out to get you. You know what I'm saying? You will see them more as beings, simply beings that are trying to figure out their life and trying to figure out their path just as much as you are. Whether they're putting in the work that you are or not, everybody is trying to figure it out. No one has all of the answers, and that's kind of the position that you're in with it. Getting comfortable with not being right all the time, not being in control all the time, and learning how to use those moments to better yourself, as opposed to getting lost in the sauce and dwelling in those moments as, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do, my life is over. Not saying that everybody in this group has those feelings, but it's just a channel energy and message that is coming through for this group. And given this color-coded synchronicity here, it's definitely not a coincidence. So one more card for the closing advice for y'all group 2. What's that? Expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. And an eclipse is synchronicity. It's aligning dark and lightness. It's aligning earthly and spirituality. So expect powerful change. Expect more out of yourself. Expect more for yourself. Expect more out of the people that you bring around your life. And that doesn't mean to ignore the quote, when people show you who they are, believe them. That still stands. However, if you're going to have people in your life, it needs to be people that you feel comfortable expecting empowerment and optimism and greatness from. If you don't expect greatness from them, you may not need to allow them in your life or in your journey. Okay? Believe in yourself. Take that action. Do what you know, hummingbird, okay? Don't take that lightly. Look up what the animal totem hummingbird is, okay? Help you. And help me by like, commenting, and subscribing, okay? So I appreciate y'all. And just a little bonus, just to see who really fool with me and who be, you know what I'm saying, staying for my whole videos and things of that nature. And honestly, I might have something a tad bit special for you all in this, that, and the third. So if you made it to this part of the video, feel free to leave a sun emoji or a lipstick kiss emoji in the comments, because what I am about to do right now is pull some bonus cards for some closing advice for the general viewers. Okay, this will not be focused on any particular group. It will just be focused on the generality of who came to see this video. So like I said, if you made it this far, go ahead and leave me a sun emoji or a lipstick kiss emoji in the comments, and I just may have something special for you coming up in my next videos. Okay, so a bit of closing advice for the general viewing public. I am going to do a card from the Mystic Monday deck. Closing advice for the general public. Closing advice for general. I'ma let it go. Alexa, play Yolee MonReaux, Letting Go. For real, that's a song that y'all more than likely need to channel, that y'all need to get in touch with, that y'all probably need to introduce yourselves to. It is called Yolee MonReaux, Letting Go. And it's basically a song. In the lyrics, she talks about losing her job at random for being a daydreamer, for being unique, for being a creative. And she not worried about it. She got bills due and all of that, but she ain't worried because she ain't got to work a job that she is not happy at. She ain't got to work a job. She ain't got to be around people that are not feeding into her needs and desires. Okay, so there is a need for the general viewers, the general public, the general consensus of society to tap into this energy of not being so heavily dependent on material things, or just feeling like you have to work to live, to work and die. You know what I'm saying? It is perfectly okay to enjoy life, and it is perfectly okay to live and walk this earth in happiness, doing things that make you happy, that make you feel at peace, that make you feel relaxed. It's just a need to let it all go. And honestly, when you start putting that time and that type of thought and effort into yourself, like a matter of just dropping everything and saying, fuck it, I'm going to take a chance this week. I'm taking off work. I'm turning my phone off. I'm buying me a ticket. And I'm going to California this weekend. If I don't do nothing but sit on the beach, sit on the balcony in my hotel room, smoke me a blunt, watch a little old reality shows, a bit of Flavor of Love or whatever, and just sit in the hotel room and sip some wine and just enjoy my own company, I'm going to do that. And I ain't worried about the outcome. I ain't worried about who going to be upset with me. I ain't worried about who going to fire me. I know that I got me at the end of the day, and that my divine realm has me at the end of the day, at the end of any situation that I find myself in. But my self-worth, my well-being, my happiness, my peace comes first above all else, because that is how you stay intact with your higher self, which is directly connected to your divine realm and your most high deity. Oh my gosh, I hope that made sense. Let me pull 1 to 2 more cards, 1 to 2 more bonus cards. Closing advice, closing advice. Ooh. Tantric journey. Many of you should probably look at the movie Eat, Pray, pray love, where this lady, she just pretty much drops everything and starts taking this tour to a bunch of countries that she always imagined herself traveling to. And she embraced new things and new surroundings and new cultures, while all at the same time reflecting upon her life and how she had deprived herself of certain things, and also certain things that she didn't appreciate more when she had the time and the moments to. So that's kind of what a lot of people, where a lot of people are in their journey right now, and giving this 4 and this 2 right here, making 6 reflection, and of course journey tantric, giving a very sensual type of journey. And sensual doesn't just have to do with romance or sexuality. Senses. It's involving all of the senses. You feeling yourself at the highest frequency of which one can feel themselves and their environment and entirety that is around them. Okay, so this journey, this period in your life is really testing and conditioning your third eye and your crown chakra, as well as a lot of etheric chakras, such as your pineal gland, your etheric heart chakra, your Earth Star chakra, which deals with ancestors and past life, as well as your Soul Star, which gets you in touch with your higher self and a lot of other higher beings. So many of us have very drastic and very powerful purposes in this particular era of our lives and in our lives as a whole. One more card. Emergence. It's time to put yourself out there. It's time to put your knowledge, put your creativity, put your creations, your inventions, everything that you have learned, everything that you are and have been. It's time to put it out there. It's time to start really grinding and sowing those oats so that you can reap a abundant, overflowing harvest. Look at that 25 there, giving duality and drastic high vibrational change. And when you put those together, you get the lucky number 7. Let's zoom in and see that quote there. The frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. So there is a need to my bad, y'all. But there is a need to, there are a lot of things that are probably boiling up and being triggered out of you in order for you to purge that energy and purge those emotions so that you can wipe that slate clean and be able to face everything that is coming to you now and coming to you in the very near future and in the elongated future, so that you can see it with a fresh eye, so that you can see it for exactly what it is, so that you do not mistreat or misuse it. Because there are a lot of great opportunities coming for you to also capitalize off of and inspire other people and educate other people that you will need to make the best of, because they will not be there forever. It may take years for another opportunity or other opportunities to come around like this. So there's a need for you to get into your meditations, get into those new daily habits, so that you can reach that frequency, reach that wavelength of vibration, to be able to receive what the Most High is bringing in for you, so that you can really get into your purpose that you have been waiting. Like, a lot of y'all have probably been getting these messages saying like, okay, you're almost there, you're almost there, you're almost there, you're almost there. It's closer now than ever, and you're probably feeling like giving up, and that's usually what starts to happen when your prize is literally right there. You just can't see it. And majority, more than likely, the reason that you can't see it is because you really need to take some time to engage in soul time with yourself and meditate, do some yoga, do some physical activity, massage your own feet, give yourself a pedicure, soak your feet, rub oils and stuff all over yourself, aromatherapies, things of that nature. Definitely a need to up the self-care so that you can get yourself to a vibration to be able to receive and embrace your abundance in this new path that needs you and that you need in the way that your higher self and the Most High needs you to for. Gosh, more reasons and greater reasons than the human mind can even perceive without being directly, physically in that moment. And I hope that helped. I hope this entire thing helped. Like I said, if you made it this far, leave me a sun emoji or a kiss lips lipstick emoji to let me know that you got this far. You may get a little prize, a little special shunting or whatever in the upcoming videos. I hope this helped. Leave me some feedback, like, comment, and subscribe up the algorithm so that I can pop up more in your suggestions, because honey, I got a lot of education and entertainment coming, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Let me get on up out of here, because that's all I got. Ain't got no more. Peace.